Insect Newick review of Winterton et al. 2018, phylogeny of lacewings and relatives, Neopterida. Now, not exactly a Newick review. Newicks weren't made available, although it says they are there. But they have made the alignments, two alignments available, nucleotide and amino acid. So I quickly reanalyzed the alignment using a simple analysis. And now in practice, if you have an alignment, a set alignment, then particularly for omics data, you're not going to get much variation. You'll probably return pretty much the same thing. It's only when you sort of variously reconstruct the supermatrix, then you get a lot more variation in your result. So just a simple reanalysis of this. So we have some codes, order name, family name, and we have what looks like a delimiter, comprising multiple underscores and a binomial and some things at the end, either sec1. We have incomplete country name. Some of them don't have a code at the end. We have just underscore SE. Doesn't really mean much. So the other thing about this is these multiple underscores. I mean, it looks like a delimiter, so you could just say the code, just remove everything on the left of multiple underscores and just take things on the right, remove this sec1, and maybe that's enough. But you can see this in some cases there isn't this. A delimiter is like a unique component which you can use to split the fields, but here you don't have this. You don't have multiple underscores, you just have one. Here it is one. So it's not really a delimiter. It's just, so I don't really know the function. I mean, some of these you have maybe up to 7 underscores, some of them 3 or 4 or 1. So I don't really know what this is about. But you can, at least we can. Well, we do have multiple underscores. We can remove this part which we don't need. So it's partially useful. Then we have to remove the sec1, and then some of them have a country name. Anyway, so we need a bit of code to do this, as always. So remove this string at the end. Remove this underscore s. Remove under s underscore se. Doesn't really mean much. Now this, so we have a order, family, subfamily, tribe. Then these two things, I don't really know what these are. So ideally you'd have a delimiter and then a genus and species ID, but you don't really have this. You have something else. So you just have to Google this and figure out what it is. It seems this is a genus. This is stated in one paper as a former subtribe. So I don't know what it is now. But so I'm just use my best case. I'll just replace this with this component and SP. And several of them have the country name at the end. If you spend a lot of time staring at Newick files, you notice a few trends about how people order these. So higher taxon names are usually put before. People usually put them before genus and species, which makes kind of sense because you're going up. you're going down the ranks as you go along the string, which is logical. I think people tend to put country names, which are geographic names, after the binomial, which must be intuitive, which is why people. So you, although I guess the thinking is you you don't have a species name, but you can narrow it down perhaps, is the thinking, by putting a country in here. But unfortunately this means, because countries are inconsistently added, that means you can no longer take the last component as a binomial or something, because a subset of them have a geographic information instead. So really this should be a delimiter here. Something like this would be ideal. But anyway, so it just means you've got to manually check things. Can't automatically do this. So just remove a few things we recognize as a country name, although this looks like truncated. Then, as I say, we've got this, what looks like a delimiter, but it's rather inconsistent. So we have, some of them have 3 underscores and up to about 7. I don't know the reason for this, but at least some of them can be, like half of them, or maybe more than half, we can just easily quite split using this. And as a delimiter, it's rather cumbersome, but I mean, this will be better, but it does work as a delimiter. But some of them don't have this. This terminal ID looks like this same thing, but the latter has been truncated. So I'm just guessing. I'll just take this name here. Isonimerus NSB Kobe. I don't know what this is. Maybe this is a NR or CF or something, but I'll just change this to SP. In the case of some odd character, I'll just change this to SP. Dendrolean spec, which is here. I'm assuming that should be Dendrolean underscore SP. Then remove the bunch links, and now should be nearly finished. Okay, we've missed one thing. We have a lot of them have a string underscore seq1. Looks like one of them has a slightly different string. Okay, I don't see any other problem. So I have 24 terminals which look like non-binomials, usually species ambiguous. Most of these are unique to the genus, so I will retain these. We've got 4 which have congeners, so I'll probably prune those. So yeah, so we have Corneopteryx. One of them doesn't have a species name, the other one does. So I'll prune this one. And here's the processed result in preferred terminal format. Omics tree anchored hybrid enrichment, AHE, 120 genera, 133 terminals on this tree, Phylogenetics Newick, and file is now processed and ready to incorporate into synthesis. So job done.